Let's go. We've all had March 10th circled on our calendars. James Harden hosting KD, Kyrie, and his former team, the Brooklyn Nets. Ben Simmons returning to Philly, except he will be on the bench. Maybe an Eastern Conference Finals preview. I sure hope so. Jay, I'll start with you. What reception should Ben Simmons expect tonight in Philly? Because I don't know Philly like you guys. I've only been a couple times.
I don't even think that question even needs to be asked. It's going to be next level.
Brutal?
I mean, everybody that I talk to, Stephen A., you know Philly. You've been down there. I played there. I've seen how they treat people that they dislike. I mean, the two things that have happened in the past couple of days, even between Carson Wentz, going to a divisional rival with the Washington football team, the Washington Commanders, they changed names. Just think about that situation combined with Ben Simmons. Look, it's going to be real tonight. And Ben Simmons is going to get it. Now, I don't even know why Ben Simmons is going to be on the bench. That's my biggest thing, Stephen. As a guy who's not going to play, why would you be there? And I've heard arguments from people who say, well, it's one of the first steps of the process for him to get acclimated to how it's going to be. That when he does go back there and play, he can understand, he can feel it. And I'm sitting there saying, well, I know as a player, me being on the bench compared to me being on the court, those are two different ball games. When I'm on the bench, I can sit there, I can have my Gatorade, I can josh with teammates, joke around, I can give you different facial expressions. We know there's going to be a single cam on him all night tonight. But as a player, when I have that ball in my hands and I see James Harden back off me 15 feet, taking that shot and hearing the sounds from the crowd, that's a different kind of feeling, my man. And I am so fascinated and so curious to see how Ben will react to the on-court aspect. And there's nobody that can give any argument to me that would make me subscribe to this notion that this is the first step to him getting acclimated to all the boos coming from the fans. Nobody.
Jay Williams, Molly Q.
Yeah.
Jay Williams, you know my man, my brother, Charlie Mack, right?
Yeah.
You know Charlie Mack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charlie Mack, obviously very, very close with Will Smith, somebody that's a Philly native. Everybody knows, everybody loves Charlie Mack. That's my brother. He sent this tweet because he's from Philly and he reps Philly very, very hard. No doubt about it, okay? He's like a harder version and obviously a taller version of Kevin Hart, but that's neither here nor there. Listen to this. He wanted me to read this on national television. So I'm going to do that. Molly, check this out.
Yeah.
Dear Philadelphia, I know it's wintertime, but catch Mr. Softy, Ben Simmons, when he comes to town, to Philly. Let's give him a wonderful, brotherly, sisterly, affectionate, warm welcome this evening at Wells Fargo Center in the way that only Philly can do it. Hashtag Let's Go Sixers. Hashtag Ben Gone. Hashtag Mr. Softy back in town. Let me tell you something. That's exactly how Philadelphia feels about him. I worked in Philadelphia for 17 years. I got friends and family there. I'm trying to just shred some personal commitment so I can get down there for the game tonight with my boys, okay? I'm trying to do this. I don't know if I can, but I'm trying to do this. Make no mistake about it. What I just read to you from Charlie Mack is 1,000% how Philadelphia feels. They feel that Ben Simmons is soft. They believe that he's full of it. And they believe that he blamed them. And this is the biggest crime in their eyes. He blamed them for his inefficiencies and his futilities. And there's nothing that offends Philadelphia more. You can annoy them. You can disgust them by not being blue collar, hardcore, whatever. You got to be a warrior when you represent Philly. That's just the way it goes, okay? You got to be a warrior. We get that part. So that disgusts them and annoys them. But what infuriates Philly is when you blame them. Now, he can try to clean it up. And hell, he might be telling the truth. I'm just telling you what Philly believes. Philly believes that Ben Simmons blames them for his stuff. And they are appalled by it. He refused to play for them. That's how they're taking it. You can't sit up there and say, I love the Philly fans. I love the fan base. I appreciate everything that they did for me, blah, 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 blah. But I just needed to go elsewhere. No, you needed to leave them. That's how they're viewing it. Now, it could have been something with Doc Rivers. It could have been your relationship with Joel Embiid. They ain't buying it because you never said it. You talked about mental illness. You talked about how you couldn't play. And they look at him. They don't believe him. They believe that he couldn't take them. And they're like, the nerve of you, the process and all the things we went through. We supported you for years. We knew you couldn't shoot. We understood that. But we also appreciated the other great things you brought to the table. We just never thought that you'd be on the court looking absolutely positively petrified. We can't respect that. And that's what they're saying. And so for him to come back in town and to sit on a bench, what the hell are the Brooklyn Nets thinking? Let me tell you something. He could be on the bench all he wants to. It's going to be vicious. And by the way, this is just the start. It's going to get worse as time goes on. And the only way that Ben Simmons is going to be able to overcome that is by stepping on the court and shutting them the hell up. Because if he goes on the court and he busts their living butt with KD and Kyrie, then they ain't going to have any choice but to stand down. But there is no other situation under which they will let Ben Simmons off the hook. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, he can't go. Listen, he going to be on the team bus. And he going to go back on the team bus. He can't hang out in Philly. I'm telling you right now, anywhere he is, the fans see him. They're going to have a problem with him. And I'm talking about from infants to grandmas. They don't give a damn because that's how disgusted they are with him.
Hey, can I just get here real quick? Because I wanted to just challenge you guys on one thing. I don't understand why you're questioning the fact that he would be on the bench, though. Don't you think it looks worse if he doesn't travel and then he's there with his team? I thought that's at least one step in the right direction. You're showing up. You're in the building.
Molly, the reason why that's a problem is because nobody believes he's injured. Like right before it was mental illness, and now it's your back. Nobody believes him. Nobody believes. See, in other words, if you were legitimately injured and you were on the bench, you have a point, Molly. The issue is that he hasn't played since last June. And every time we've seen him on camera since he's arrived in Brooklyn, you getting off the bench, you high-fiving, you smiling, you look good. You haven't played, so people assume you're healthy. And they believe he's lying about his injury and that he's afraid to play in front of them. That's why it looks bad.
Got it. I just thought it looked weaker if he didn't even show up, but I understand what you're saying.
Understood.
Okay?
And also, I think people have to get ready for tonight. You know how many single shots are going to be on Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Do you know? And I heard a reporter, and I hope Philly doesn't do this, but I heard a reporter ask Doc Rivers if they should give Ben Simmons some kind of tribute video. What the hell kind of question is that? Why would you ever do that?
That's not going to happen.
Okay, it shouldn't happen because if that happens,
well, it's not the question. The problem. The question is not the problem. Doc Rivers' answer was the problem. Oh, I mean, he wouldn't mind, and thought about. Oh, hell no! You can't do that. You can't do that. No.
And my thing
Absolutely.
is, if you do try to do that, Stephen,
if the Sixers did something like that.
Exactly. That would be such a bad look for their franchise. There's no need to give him a tribute video.
Unless they did it to mock him.
That's the only reason you would be doing it, Stephen A. That's the only reason you would be doing it.
To mess with them.
But by the way, his face is already going to be on a jumbo screen. You don't think it's going to be up there all the time?
Exactly.
It's already going to be there.
No. What if they did a montage?
Salt, because you're angry. Salt on the wound.
Yeah, but that's just...
Hold on, y'all. What if they did a montage? What if they did a montage of his free throw shooting and his willingness to pass up shots against Atlanta? That would be very bad.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the right. That's not the way you want your organization to be represented.
That would be classless.
Yes,
classless. That would be classless.
God Stephen A. is not producing.
No, I wouldn't do that, Molly. I'm not saying they should do that.
I'm
not saying they should do that.
No. I know you're not saying that.
I would never do that.
I'm just thinking of you with the Cowboys fans. Like, if you were ever trying to get somebody, Stephen A. would have some good ideas. No, I understand you're not for that. All right, we'll leave it there. Jay will be back.
They can't do that. They can't do that, but it's going to be bad.
Yeah,
it's going to be
for
bad
sure.
for
For
No doubt.
sure. Another
But
L
Kyrie
for
against Harden will make up for it.
Absolutely.
Yes, it will.
Another